Hey, welcome to the Driven to Compete channel. If it's your first time visiting my channel, I recommend that you check out some of my previous videos. I'm back here at the Classic Auto Mall today to do my quarterly visit to see what cars they've gotten in, what cars have sold, what hasn't sold, and to just give you a really good perspective of what all they have here at the Classic Auto Mall in Morgantown, Pennsylvania. So I'm going to put a link up to their information. They do have a website you can check out. And this really is truly a car lover's destination. So if you do come though, please be prepared to wear one of these throughout the video. My voice may be muffled slightly because I am wearing a mask, but they do require you to do so here. So with that said though, let's get inside, let's check out some of the cool cars, and we'll go from there. Check out, this is a beautiful car too, very clean. Wanted to just shoot this, show you this 56 Ford Custom Line, super clean car. And you know, if you're in the market for one of them, there you have it. You know, there's no shortage of cars. Let me just stand here, give you a panoramic view. There are cars everywhere. So the mall has them the whole way down to that end, and there's rooms off of these hallways, and then there's a Holiday Inn attached to this at this end of the hallway down here. And of course they have cars down there as well, and then they have this center display, and on this one they chose to do black performance cars, and we'll take a look at them because some of them look like that Mustang there looks pretty badass, and the CTS-V behind me and such. But yeah, I wanted to just give you guys a perspective of just how crazy this place is. And obviously we can't look at everything, and they do a great job of keeping their website updated, so you'll have to check that out. Here's the XLR. This was built off the Corvette platform. Cadillac wanted a two-seat sports car for their own, and these had a different drivetrain specific to Cadillac. 41,000 miles, 25.9. This is basically a 05 Corvette convertible with a different drivetrain in it, and a different look. Obviously, they looked like a Cadillac, but that was their theme. You know, here's these are some nice cars. Here's a CTS-V I wanted to show you guys, and they're not really giving too much detail other than it's a 2005, and it is a four-door sedan, and stock wheels, tires. It's probably fairly stock. Great starting point for somebody looking for one of these that has not been molested to go to town on. Let's take a look inside here. Manual trans, interior's in great shape, must be low miles. Again, you'd have to look on their website to see what they're asking for this car, but pretty nice car to say the least. Check this guy out here. The pinstriping really caught my eye, you know, and it's a pretty nice ride. Again, this was in the center on display, all black vehicles. 49 Ford Super Deluxe Coupe, asking $29,500 for it, basically 79,000 original miles. Interior looks to be in great shape, and I'll walk around here and I'll show you.
EMC, huh?
Check that out.
Huh. The same way here, the concept was?
I'll show you the inside here. There's people walking around looking at cars just like I am. But check this out. It's a pretty cool car. And just to dress it up a little bit, make it sporty, they did some of that custom pinstriping. I personally dig it. I think it's a cool car. And here's another one. Check out that Bonneville convertible. And again, I love Pontiacs. I'm a Pontiac fan. I always like the design and influences of those cars. '59 Bonneville convertible. 389 4-speed auto, 86.5. Okay. Again, they're just big car, but they were all big back in the day. Check that out. How classy is that interior? Check out the steering wheel. How futuristic was that back then? Just really cool. Just super cool cars. And then over here, this caught my eye. 2006 Ford Mustang GT Coupe. 3-valve V8. 72,000 miles. Heavily modified, asking 46 grand for it. I'm not sure that price is correct where it needs to be at. It does have carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber accents throughout. I'm sure it's been modified. Foose wheels, looks like it's lowered. Nice GT interior and some carbon fiber accents. Again, it looks badass from the back with the diffuser in the wing and everything. Occasionally you come across a car that you've just never seen up close and personal before, and this is one of them. And I consider myself a car guy, but this Packard Caribbean convertible, they're asking $62,900 for it, and it has Caribbean. How cool is that on the side? From 53. Check out the interior in this thing. How cool is that? It looks like the seats could be original still, just because of the fact that they're discolored from age. I don't know, but how cool is that? Cool. 69 MG 28.9. I love these British cars when they were in that green that they were so famous for putting on a lot of their cars, and it just looks so good. Here's a pretty special car, and of course they have it locked up, and you know, I wanted to show you. They have this cool display in front of it of all the different hood ornaments. But let me zoom in here. This is a Shelby Series 1. That's got $132,500 for it, and it's a '99 model. And if you remember, this is the last car that Carol worked on personally that they built that wasn't connected to Ford or any of the other automakers directly. Really cool street rod. I thought I'd take a moment. This has been here a little while now, so I would think that the price would be a little bit more flexible, but nice paint job. Pinstriping looks like it was applied by hand, which is a dying art. And you'll see here they tell you it's a 32 Ford Roadster 49.5. And you know, if you're looking for a street rod and that's your thing, and you know, the shame of it is these cars, their popularity with the next generation of car buffs, it's just not the same, at least not in central Pennsylvania area as it once was. And again, there's a lot of cars here, and I can't begin to show you everything. And I would suggest that you check out the website for more details on some of these cars. I want to shoot this Imperial here. I think you guys will really dig this. You don't see somebody's done, it's not a lot of money. Somebody started it. The windows are tinted out, but I can see inside there. The interior doesn't look bad at all. It looks like you use a dash pad replacement. Somebody shot it in a, it might be wrapped actually. I don't know if it's wrapped or if it's painted in a matte paint job. And then of course it has a silver top on it here. It's just a cool car. And of course, I was just at the Rolls-Royce Bentley Museum, and there's going to be a video on the channel for that as well. So if you're want to know anything about Rolls-Royces and Bentleys, please check that out. But here's a nice example of a Bentley. And we'll walk over here and read the details. Bentley 8 Sedan, 23.9. You know, these cars were like, well, it said there on the sticker they were 50,000 euro back in the day. So you can only imagine. But I want to notate that this hasn't changed since they debuted their cars. And I think that's great that they haven't changed that logo at all. It's just timeless and classy. So check this Chevelle out. Has SS markings. Let's see what they tell you here. It's 396 car, 53.9, cranberry red, black interior, 74,000 miles, 4-speed car. Let me tell you, if you're looking for a nice big block SS Chevelle, this is a nice example. The paint looks flawless on the car. Somebody's updated it with new gauges and such, but man, it's a nice car if you're looking to get in the muscle car market. Here's another cool car. These were collector's edition. It's 82 collector's edition Stingray, and these had a unique paint scheme, and 22,000, and they just were different. This one's starting to show its age on the interior. They had a unique interior. This caught my eye, really caught my eye. I can still remember a kid and thinking that these were just the coolest thing in the world. And this is a 4-cylinder turbo, and they later came out with a V8 with turbos on it. And but these were pretty cool. I still think they look cool. They do show their age in their design now, but pretty cool. And check this Pontiac out again. I had to do it. I've been showing you guys 442s and Chevelles today. Here's a 400. 26.9 gets you into a Le Mans Sport Coupe from '64. And I've always thought these were a good looking alternative to a Chevelle. And I've always thought that just Pontiac made them look really sporty. I wanted to show you this room here because this is all sold inventory. So this goes to show you that people are buying and they are turning inventory over. And just to give you an example, 86 Z28 Camaro, 34,000 original miles, 13.5 was the asking price. Not sure what it sold for. It's going to need some paint work. But that gives you an example of some of the cars. Check out the Fairlane here. 46.9, 500 Skyliner. Check out the interior. Seems like a nice example of a older convertible Fairlane 500. Really nice. I'm gonna walk by a couple of these here. I wanted to highlight the Impala here. Sport Coupe, 58. Asking 55,000. Sierra Gold with beige and copper interior. And this just seems like a really cool car as well. And again, I'm trying to give you guys examples of everything here. I can't shoot every car as much as I would like to. I just can't. There's just too many. But wow, I'm like a kid in a candy store, and I'm trying to keep the wows down, and I apologize. I know I've taken a lot of crap in my other videos for that. But just some really cool cars. This was a car that I talked about in my last video, and I recommend that you check that out because there's a lot more detail. And there's, you know, some of these cars I'm skipping over just because, quite frankly, I talked about them in my last video, and they are available on the website. But that is a drag car that somebody built. And just to give you an example, there's just so much going on. These things here have a cult following. CTS-Vs. This was been the second generation. These cars had the supercharged from the factory, same as the ZL1 Camaros. The car has 27,000 original miles, 6-speed automatic, 46 grand. You know, this is a beautiful example, and to me, worth the price. That's just my opinion. Nice cars like this are getting harder and harder to find, and there's a big cult following for these cars. So if you're in the market for one of these, there you go. There's a nice example. So this is the truck area. Not that they don't have trucks throughout the building, because they do, but they really have a concentration of them in here. And you know, how classic. I mean, wow, 65 Chevrolet panel truck, 21.9, and I swapped out interior out of another GM vehicle. But I mean, you know, it's just, let me back up here. This thing's huge. Let me just give you a pretty good interpretation. But how cool is that? You know, for you truck guys, we'll cover some trucks here. And yeah, here's this patinaed look. It looks like it's been cleared. And to give it that look, they're asking $51,900 for it. It has a modern day LS drivetrain swapped onto it with a modern day 4-speed auto. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff here. Big old you know, big old Ford Ranger XLT. Isn't that crazy? That color just pops, doesn't it? And yeah, 25.5, 351, 3-speed auto, 150K. Mileage wise, looks like somebody did some work to it to restore it, clean it up, fix it up. The wheels look good. Yeah, just kind of cool. Last time I was here, we talked about this drag truck, so I'm not really going to talk about that. This was here as well. One thing there are a couple I do want to point out just because of how cool they are. And again, this thing here is badass, and it's fully customed out, 4-door dually. It's slammed to the ground, and yeah, it's got a 5.9 Cummins in it, and wow, I love it. Just the detail. If you look there, you can see the gauges. Let me zoom in there. Gauges are hidden in the ashtray. I mean, just nice touches of detail. This is just, you don't see these. Nothing like this. This is just really cool build, and you know, you just, I don't know. There's just, this truck stuck out to me last time I was here. I mean, again, 58.5, and is that a lot of money? Sure, but till you do the customization, the paint work, you know, all that, you know, somebody's done all the hard work for you. And there's some other cool stuff back here. I really was digging this Land Cruiser. It's sold. They have a lot of cars back here marked sold, which is cool. But you can see there in the background, there's even a fire truck for sale. They have all kinds of stuff here. Here's an old Dodge with a plow on it, and custom 150 Power Wagon plow truck, 15.9, 318 in it, 102,000 original miles. I mean, it doesn't look like it's in bad shape at all. Could use a dash pad recovering there. You can see some cracks, but I mean, overall, 15.9. It doesn't look rusted out. It looks like somebody's done body work and paint to the thing at some point. Looks pretty good. Again, a lot of these are sold, so I'm not going to waste my time. 2002, 7.3, 120,000 actual miles, 32.5. Wow. Well, people want that 7.3, and it was one of their better motors. And then you see something crazy you don't expect to see again. I'm walking through here. I don't know much details on this. Looks like somebody back in the day built a custom show car. It's got a Hemi in it. They don't tell me too much. It says it's a 1950 Buick Custom. You know, if you're looking for something just totally off the hook that nobody else would have, I guess that might fill the bill. Wow. It needs a lot of work, as you can see. But I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine what chassis that thing's running on, if it's truly a 50 Buick or what it is. But there you have it. Just, you see all kinds of stuff when you're here. And again, there's I've talked about that last time I was here, that gasoline refueling truck. And you've got Jeeps, trucks, Broncos, pickups, you name it, it's here. Yeah, this is crazy. This was here, these were here. The Defender was here last time. I talked about that. I talked about the Hummer last time I was here as well. That's kind of a cool piece. And then of course you've got the Westfala. I mean, these are getting harder and harder to find. And this looks like a pretty nice example. Doesn't look rusted out. The interior looks pretty darn nice inside. I can vouch that's original interior. It's pretty nice. And it's a 91, 2.1 liter 4-cylinder, 3-speed auto, 118,000 original miles. They're asking $23,900 for that. Again, just some cool stuff. You can see the Rubicon here. And 14 Wrangler Limited Sport. They're asking $31,000 for it with 34,000, basically 34,000 miles on it. Old Tornado caught my eye. I'm a fan of these cars. I think they were ahead of their time back in the day. Big V8, 3-speed auto, front-wheel drive, $29,900. These things were like a GT car for grand touring. They were built to be luxurious, but performance oriented at the same time. I've always liked these, and this is a really nice car. One interior flaw that I see, they're probably original seats, to be honest with you. It's probably somebody bought it and did a repaint on it. Kept the interior, maybe they freshened the motor up, but man, were they just different. They just looked great back in the day. And then next to it, I see Hemi markings on a Belvedere GTX. And I know there's a big Mopar following out there, so I'm gonna take a minute here. 67 Plymouth GTX, 85.9, 426 Hemi car, and it is a numbers matching car. And it's not a bad looking car. I'm not a big Mopar fan myself, but it's not a bad looking car. To each their own, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So if you visit the Classic Auto Mall, they have a room with all British stuff in it, or European, I'll put it that way. But I think, and what caught my eyes, I'm a Volkswagen guy, so of course the Karmann Ghia convertible. I came in here, 1600cc motor, 43,000 original miles, 29.5, and You know, I think if the car had a pristine paint job, pristine running order, I think that would probably be a fair price. But the paint has some stuff going on, as you can see there. So I'm not sure what that is. And it looks like the top has been repaired. But overall, it's not bad looking. I mean, when I see these guys generally look rough. And so, it doesn't look terrible. This is a cool car here. Austin Healey. I've always liked these Sprite convertibles. I think they were cool. Somebody bought this. Great little car. It always looked like it was smiling at you. It looked like it should be on the Disney cartoon cars series. But yeah, cool. Very simplistic, lightweight. Of course, they didn't have big motors, so they needed to be lightweight. You can see here just some really cool stuff. Austin Healey, MG, Triumph. Yeah, I mean, this is, I'll take a moment. This is a little different. TR4A, 16.9 from 67. Somebody has a cage, partial cage in it. And with the mini lights that are on it, most likely somebody has done some events with it, which is cool. Yeah, pretty cool car. Of course, this has been here before. I think I talked about that on my last visit. And so have a couple of these as well. But this is new. This boat tail. Bugatti kit car. Okay. Yeah. Bugatti kit car. It's kind of different. And it's on a Volkswagen chassis. 11.9. I mean, if you wanted to be cool, but didn't want to spend a ton of money to get into the hobby, I mean, that's one way of doing it, right? I mean, if this is the kind of vehicle you're into, to each their own. There's a minis. I always thought the minis were cool. 73 Morris Mini Cooper, 14.9. So I wanted to take a moment. They still have this car, and they had just gotten it when I was here last. And it's a 300Z twin turbo, and it is still an SMZ car. 95 and 45,000 original miles. 49 is what they're asking for it. And you know, engine's pumped up to 365 horse, which was a lot back in the day. It is numbered. There is a plaque in there. Let me zoom in. There's a plaque right there by the console lid. It says it's a numbered car, just to give you guys an idea. But again, you know, here we are. There's a lot of classics around us, and then you find something like this. And me personally, I love JDM cars. I love classics. I like the modern day muscle cars. And, you know, I can appreciate something like this. So there you have it, guys. I was able to take my mask off for this closing video. So there you have it. I apologize if the audio is a bit muffled. I did have to wear a mask this entire visit. If you come here, be prepared to do so as well. But I'm going to try to be back in a few more months to reshoot the inventory so you get a chance to see what's here. And again, I'm going to put up their website information for you. But another great visit here at Cluscata Mall. And I hope that you, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can stay up to date on all my next videos coming up. With that said, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Drive to compete. Watch, like, subscribe.